Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and we are doing the Breach Expedition. In the last episode, I put up the Event Horizon poster, so that's going to bode well for me. And we got through a lot of Phase 1. I think we finished it. Yeah, we finished Phase 1. So now we're moving on to Phase 2, but you see we have some of them done for the next phases. So we got some stuff knocked out of the way while we could. Definitely, if you want to find the big one, finding 7 crystals, storm crystals, that's going to be on that first Rendezvous planet. That's a cool planet to get it on. Same thing for killing the 16 biological horrors. We did that on the first Rendezvous. Now we're moving on. Second Rendezvous. Let's go and get this one going here. So I really like this expedition. It kind of forces you to explore and see some really cool stuff, but it also allows you to kind of see some stuff that you would normally not go with, like the fact that you only need a purple hyperdrive in order to go to every system. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people were asking, well, how do you get a purple or a blue or a red? It's like, no, don't worry about it. They give you a purple drive, the Atlantid hyperdrive upgrade. That lets you go anywhere, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I need a red or a blue or a green hyperdrive. You don't need any of that stuff, which is awesome. Let's go. One more hit. One more jump, and we should be in the second Rendezvous system. Yep, right there. So, in this this expedition, the rendezvous are at, I think all of them are at abandoned buildings, which is nice for making money. So you can go around, collect those eggs, sell them. You can convert the whispering eggs into nanites, but because we're playing on abandoned mode, there's no one to buy upgrades for with nanites, so you're just getting nanites for, no reason really. All right, so the second rendezvous is on a water planet. Remember, in the last episode, we got a reward right here. The ship breaking recovered a log from that first crashed corvette. That will give you the aqua jets. Make sure you install your aqua jets in your ship, because you cannot land on water without aqua jets, and we need to land on water. This is a water planet. Now, you don't want to actually land on the water to begin with, because we're going to need some upgrades specifically for our submarine. We're going to need some cytophosphate. We're going to need some water fuels to fuel our sub. So we're going to need to do that. And speaking of that, we should have... Oh, man, look at all the stuff I have in here for my ship that I'm not going to use. Put all that in my normal ship. So we have some salt. We have salt. We're going to need cytophosphate. We are also going to need magnetized ferrite. So if you don't have any, or you don't know where to get it, all you have to do is refine. Like if I go to my refiner here, I can refine normal ferrite dust into pure ferrite. And then you take your pure ferrite and you can refine that into magnetized ferrite. Very easy to get. It's awesome. So I would highly, highly recommend you do it this way. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to go find it. I have to buy it somewhere. Nope, don't even worry about it. So now we're going to take our pure ferrite. There it is. Let's do 67. That'll give us 33. We probably need more than 33, if I'm being honest. So we'll do that. Boom. There we go. So let's go over here. This is where the rendezvous is. And these are very generous rendezvous. Some of them, you have to go to the exact spot, and it's kind of irritating. The Breach Expedition, if you're in the general area, you're good. You don't have to go down to like the bottom of the ocean or whatever like that. So we have our aqua jets installed, so we can land on the water anywhere we want. But I want to get close. That way, when I get out of my ship, I can just hit the rendezvous. No problem. Oh, it looks like someone built a base right over the rendezvous. Yeah, it looks like there's a base right here. I'm going to land next to the base. Not exactly on it. Holy cow, that landing is taking forever. All right. And I should, as soon as I hit the water, it should trigger the rendezvous. There you go. So you do not need to go down to the bottom. Now, one of your milestones tells you have to go to 1,000 depth. But in order to just get the milestone, that's all you have to do. Boom. We're done. We hit the rendezvous. Now, before you leave, there's some stuff to do here. So I would highly recommend go to a one of these land masses nearby, because the water is going to be more shallow near these land masses, and we need some stuff out of the water. We need to actually collect some materials that are on, like, the plants and stuff that are growing. And you don't want to go down to the bottom of the ocean because that'll mess you up. The deeper the depth, the more harder it is on your body unless you have upgrades. So we need to get some upgrades out of the water, essentially. So let's do that here. We're right next to the surface. So we should be able to... Yeah, see, look at there's plants right here. And we need to get... Number one, we need to get cytophosphate. I believe that's it right here. Yep, cytophosphate right there. We're going to need to get some of this for our upgrades. And we're going to need to get some salt. If you did not get salt earlier, you can get it from these rocks right here. That'll give you salt. You can also scan it to get that secondary item, if you'd like. So we get some ferrite dust as well. So if you don't have any salt, there you go. You need some... cytophosphate is really the hardest one to get. And it's going to be in these cool plants right here. So let's get the big seaweed. Yes, someone named it the best name ever. The other thing to do while you're here is to scan animals, because we need to scan an animal underwater that's over 10 kilos. And that looks like a big boy right there. That looks like 10 kilos. There it is. Discovered an aquatic creature over 10 kilograms. And I mean, you can scan whatever you want. You only need the one for 10 kilos, so you can scan anything else. These, like, manta ray looking ones, they are going to be your main objective, the easiest one to find. So we have that. Let's accept those rewards while we're down here. So if we do our rendezvous number 2, it will give us a powerful underwater oxygen upgrade. We need that. And underwater survival blueprints. Those are the things that we're going to need to build. That way we can survive the deep, deep water. So let's install the water protection. We can install both of those. That's fine. Boom, boom, boom. We also got what's called a pressure membrane. We need to use this because if you go down anything beyond 300 feet water, it will start to crush you unless you have pressure membrane. Even if you have your pressure membrane, it will still crush you. It'll just take longer. So this is basically just, preventing, or not even preventing. It is delaying the inevitable. So we need to install that. So we need our oxygen. We have that. We need 2 or 3 hermetic seals, and we need 2 hydrothermal fuels. Hydrothermal fuels right here. They need cytophosphate, carbon, and salt. That's why we're down here collecting the cytophosphate. That's why we're doing that. So let's grab this. This is going to be the hard one. We also need carbon as well, so normal carbon. But we're going to need a lot of cytophosphate because those hydrothermal cells are also your fuel for your sub. So you're probably going to want to get some fuel if you want to, do a lot of, searching around underwater with your sub. You're going to need fuel for it. Let's grab all that. All right. And since we're right next to the landmass, we could probably get some carbon off of some of the plants on the landmass. Let's go see. No, come on, really? Nothing here? Oh yeah, there's nothing. I got some oxygen, so we can get some oxygen from these plants right here. But there's no plant. There's no carbon-based plants. Yeah, nothing. Nothing, huh? There's a quartzite. So I landed on the one little outcropping that has no plants on it. That's great to know. I mean, we could probably get some carbon underwater as well. We were getting a little bit out of those plants that we were getting. Oh, look, someone actually built a base, so I bet you if I wanted to grab this quartzite, I probably couldn't. Oh, he already grabbed it anyway. Yeah, see? If someone puts a base there, they won't let you edit the terrain, so you can't get any of the items in there as well. Dang it. Yeah, there's no plants around here. Dang. So underwater plants is what we're going to have to focus on. What should I have here? I'm going to need a lot more carbon, and yeah, I need a lot more stuff. Okay. So carbon and condensed carbon is what we're going to need a lot of. That's not gonna help me. Why is there a fire under the water? Is that what I'm seeing here? That doesn't look normal. There's some cytophosphate there. We don't really need a lot. You know, just a few plants should get you done. Because remember, we only have to make 2 of these fuel cells, and they only take 40 a piece. So you need 80 cytophosphate, and I got plenty more than that. I got, what, 400? Yeah, I think we're solid on that. We need carbon, though. That's what we need. I don't think there's any plants under here that are just carbon, are they? This is chlorine. Cytophosphate. Salt. Yeah, they're going to make me go somewhere else and get some carbon. So the other thing you can do, if you're really, really desperate for some carbon, you can refine oxygen into carbon. Now, oxygen is very valuable, and it's hard to come by. So keep in mind, you're trading one very valuable thing for something that should be easy to find. So only do this if you're really, really desperate, or if you're just lazy like me. So I have 245 carbon. Let's make one of those. One of those. I think I make 2. Nope. I need another. Another little bit of carbon there. So let's do that here. Let's take the magnetite ferrite out. Let's grab our oxygen. And I'm only going to put in 61. It goes 1 to 1. So 61 oxygen will turn into 61 carbon. So you can do it that way. If you have a ton, an absolute, like, way metric ton of regular oxygen, you can turn it into carbon if you need to. We just needed 2 of those. So I think we're good. Okay, and now we just need 2 more hermetic seals. So if I convert my carbon into condensed carbon, it's gonna take a lot of it. So let's take another 92. So whatever your carbon is, you're gonna take about half of that to make it, or cut it in half, and that is how much condensed carbon you're gonna get. So let's say, for instance, I have 138. That'll give me 69 condensed carbon. You know what? You can't beat that, right? You cannot beat that. So we're definitely gonna need to get some more materials on the next rendezvous. Because, dude, I do not want to mess around with getting a whole bunch of carbon later on. All right. So 1, 2. So now we have our pressure membrane, so we can go underwater and not get crushed. That's pretty cool. And it's something we need to do because we need to deploy a submarine, and we need to reach an ocean depth of over 1,000 units, 1,000 feet underwater. So we already got our gentle giants. So now we need to deploy a sub, and we need to make sure we're diving down under 1,000 or over 1,000 feet down. So there is a very easy way to figure this out. Make sure you're not next to a landmass, because the water is very shallow next to landmasses. Go out to the wide ocean, like over here. So there should be some big old... Oh, that's a landmass over there. Landmass over there. So this is not going to be deep water. Oh, I got some weird seams going on. Look at that seam. It's showing me the ground underneath. Okay. But make sure you go into an area that doesn't have a lot of landmass nearby, because, yeah, it will definitely be more shallow there. So if we go up in the atmosphere, that looks like there's landmass right there. There's nothing right there. So let's go down here. And again, I'm just choosing at random. I'm just trying to pick the most wide open ocean part we could possibly find. So there's some landmass over there, but I think we should be good over here. So once you find an area you think, okay, this looks good, this looks like a prime spot right here, right? This is going to be my big deep ocean. All you have to do to verify that is go outside, jump in the water. And if you go down a little bit, it should tell you, unless it's giving you information like that. Get out of here. Right there at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it says sea floor, 793 feet below me. So it's not 1,000. We're looking for at least 1,000. And that will change depending on where you go. So if I move over here a little bit, jump in the water, bottom left-hand side of the screen, sea floor is 781. It's actually getting more shallow this direction, so don't go that way. So whatever you think, you're like, oh, okay, this is shallow over here. I need to go somewhere else. You can do that. Let me see where my freaking ship is. There it is. Oh, we got some waves going on in here. Oh, I'm swimming in the air. Yeah, we got some waves. Come on. Up. Oh no, I can't get to my ship. Let my jetpack refill. All right. All right. Some weird camera angles going on there. So we got the ocean is freaking out. All right, so we know this is not deep enough. And that's how you could do it. You could just jump out, see how deep the ocean is below you. There's no way to do it from inside your ship. I wish. Like if you could get some information while you're flying, like throw out a probe or something, that would be cool, but they don't do that. Look at these big waves. Oh my God. All right. Well, let's go over here. Right here. This is going to probably be a pain in the butt because I got to get back in here. Now, you don't need to land. You can also use your teleporter to just teleport to the surface of the water. But I like doing that. Jump. And... all right, it keeps trying to give me that, so let me do this. Boom. Reach an ocean depth. There you go. This is 581 down the bottom left, so... not even close. That's almost like a little over halfway. We need to go all the way, so not working. This is not a deep part of the ocean. So instead, you know what? Let's fly somewhere way different because this is obviously a very shallow part of the planet. So we're up here. And let's go way over the left. Let's go right down in here. That looks like a big open area, right? That's looking really, really open. Yeah, I'm not seeing any landmass, really. Just kind of weird graphical things going on, but no landmass. So that means hopefully this is deep. So instead of landing like that, you don't have to. You'll waste your landing launch fuel. So just stop, get out of your seat. Your ship will hover, and you can just say, hey, look, beam me down. It'll put me right on the surface. And this is 1,041. Perfect. Let's build our Nautilon platform. We're going to need more magnetized ferrite, dang it, and 3 dihydrogen jellies. Well, I don't have any dihydrogen jellies going on here. I can make some more magnetized ferrite, but man, that's rough. We need jellies, though. So I can't make my sub here. Dang it. Get up there. Thank you. Oh, that's a weird... okay, thank you. Just get up there. We're going to need some dihydrogen. So let's go to the nearest land mass. Because that's going to have dihydrogen on it. The blue crystals, essentially. And we need to get a whole bunch of blue crystals going. Let them load in. Give it a second. There you go. See, right there. Don't even need to get out of it. And you can go into first person. It makes it a little easier to see. You can see exactly where you're looking at. And just kind of wait for everything to load in. Oh, no crystals on this one. That's okay. Not every landmass is going to have crystals on it. That's okay. Fly over here. This one should. It's pretty big. But yeah, sometimes they just won't form because it's like a really sharp edges on it. There's some right there. So we are getting some. Yeah, we got 47, so we got another one there. Boom. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, we need a little bit more. We need a third. Let's fly a little bit. And if you just slow down a little bit, you'll see the crystals pop in. Let's slow down a bit. I know, web of a wall of fire on a water planet. I like it. There we go. Easy peasy. Getting a whole bunch of stuff here. Make another one. I did. Okay, good. Perfect. So now... Oh, dang it. I need more fuel here.
Technology recharge.
There we are. That should be fast enough. So we have 3. We're going to need 100 of the magnetized ferrite. That's why I'm doing this. There. Done and done and done. How many do we have here? We have 95. Oh, thank God I put in more than that, because good Lord, 95 would have been very, very angry on me. All right. So now we need to go back out to where it was really, really deep. So it was, let me go in the third person. It's a storming, so now I can't see a dang thing. Oh, look at that, out of the cloud cover. I like that. But it is going to be crazy on the surface because now we're going to have big waves because the storm is brewing here, but that's okay. I'm going to just teleport down to the surface of the water. Let's see. Seafloor is 720. Oh, dang it. You know what? We could probably use our sub while this is all going on. So, let's do that. We're going to build our sub platform. We need 2 or 8 oxygen. Son of a gun! I didn't pay attention to that either. Really? Just let me get up in the thing. Okay, we need oxygen. My God, this is a lesson on... I didn't farm as much resources because I wanted to kind of be quick. That is going to bite you. So definitely on that first planet when I told you guys to farm up oxygen. Farm up all your resources, all your basic building blocks. Your carbon, that was a pain in the butt. Your dihydrogen, the blue crystals. Do all of that. That will help you in the end. Seriously, wow. What a pain this is going to turn out to be. All right, so oxygen, there should be oxygen plants, like the crazy plants around here. So I'm just gonna beam down. Yep, right there, boom. Look at right next to it. And I'm probably gonna need a lot more oxygen just because if you're underwater, you're gonna use it anyway. So let's grab a whole bunch of it while we're here. Learn my lesson and not skimp on the oxygen or anything else really, but you know, oxygen right now. There we go. There we go. There's a lot of it. Give me your oxygen. And I converted all that oxygen into carbon, not thinking about how I'm going to need it later on anyway. Give me all this. Beautiful. Oh, storm is going away. Beautiful. That'll flatten out my area, so I don't have to worry about the waves as well. All that ferrite dust. Beautiful. Okay, keep that laser hot. Done. All right. 369 oxygen now. Beautiful. You know, I gotta organize everything, guys. I know I'm weird. I have a problem. All right, we can make our freaking, what's it called? Sub. Now, keep in mind, you cannot build it too close to your corvette because your corvette is considered a base. And so if you try to build your submarine platform near your base for whatever reason, they don't like you doing that, which is kind of dumb. Hopefully they can patch it in the future and they say, hey, yeah, by the way, we know if you try to build a sub near a base, it's not going to work. We fix that for you because that's ridiculous. But as of right now, like if I land on the surface with my my corvette, let me show you. If I land on the surface, it'll be too close to the water and it won't let me build my sub. Oh man, we need to get away from these land masses. It's gonna be too shallow over here. That should be not good at all. That's a landmass. Wow, landmass everywhere. How? Oh, man. All right. Out of the atmosphere. And now it's too cloudy for me to see anything. Is that a storm or is it just cloudy? Probably it's just cloudy. All right. Screw it. We'll just land right here. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. So if you land, you're right next to the water. And if I try to build a submarine, look it's not going to be in any of these menus. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm too close to the surface. Even if I go outside, like you're thinking, oh, it's because you're in your ship, Jason. Nothing. I'm still too close. So I'm getting all my Corvette building parts. Even though I'm literally, like what, 20 feet away? You need to be way outside the area. So if you want to make it easier on yourself, just don't land on the surface. If you're up in the air, you'll be far enough away. But I need to swim out here. And now I have my buildable area, my Nautilon platform. There it is. And once you build it, you're fine. You can get rid of the platform and your sub will still stay here. So you can get rid of the platform and get all those resources back. And now let's go down to the bottom. I didn't even check the depth of where we were at, but let's go down to the bottom. We're just aiming straight down, and I'm boosting. So we're at 300. You see at the bottom left, I'm at 400. I'm about to crash into these guys. Sorry, excuse me. 5, 6. We need to get to 1,000. 7, and we're here. Okay, so 700 is our limit, but we can kind of go around. And a good idea, a thing to keep in mind is we need to get sea glass, and those little purple beams of light you see like right in front of my sub, that is sea glass. So if we get out, we can pick it up right here. Sea glass. So look for the purple beams. You can also, while you're out here, pull up your visor, and you'll notice sea glass will come up as a yellow icon. Oh my god, look at all these animals here. My goodness. I thought I scanned you guys earlier. Really? We're not going to have any sea glass down here? No sea glass. There's an abyssal horror over there. All right, well, let's get back in my sub because I'm dying. So you get hyper pressure when you're down here, but we can keep going down farther. But yeah, look for the purple. Look at it right there. Boom. Purple beam of light right there on my right. This will help out with my sea glass. Up there it is, 1,000 feet below sea level. We made it. There should be a sea glass right over here too. I think I saw it. There it is. Yeah, just look for the purple beams of light, like right over there. It's not coming up, even though I know it's there. I don't know why it's not showing up, but hey, we know it's over there, so let's fly over there. We need 5 sea glass. There we go. Get my life support fixed. So we turn around. I wish there was a way to turn off my headlight on my sub. Because the sub is cool, but man, that light is just irritating. Let's open this up over here. This little purple light. And when you grab it, the light should go away. So if I grab it, now the light's following me. So that's how you know, oh, okay, I've already opened that one. Because if it was opened, or if it was unopened, there would still be a purple light. Let's go around here. Even the seahorses are gigantic. Look at this. They're bigger than my sub. Let's grab this one while we're here. And this should be it. There it is. Get back in the sub. So the other thing you want to pay attention to is there is a milestone for collecting crystal sulfide. It is in phase 4, But we can do that right now because crystal sulfide is only underwater. We need to collect 8 of them. So while you're underwater doing your sea glass, you can also get your crystal sulfide. Get out of your sub, pull up your visor, and you're looking for this one right here. It almost looks like a bar, like an ore. Go over there. These are outcroppings. These are heat outcroppings. They're like a heat vent from the mantle of the planet. But if you go over there, they should have 3 per vent. So each vent is going to have 3 different crystals on it. Did it just disappear? I think it just disappeared. Well, that's great. Let's go down to this one. I'm going to swim over here. So these are little heat vents from the interior of the planet. So grab, there should be 3 of them on here. 3 crystals. 1, 2, and 1 on the other side. Number 3. So if you get 3 for each outcropping, that means you need 2.5 outcroppings. So just kind of look around. They're all over the place. So you just need to be underwater for it to basically appear. Let's go over here. Yeah, look at my life support is going down really fast because I'm getting crushed. We're under 1,000 depth. That's why we're over 1,000 depth. So it is definitely crushing me down here. What are we at? We're at 1,100. 12 almost. My goodness. That's why. You start getting crushed, I think, at about 300 feet. So you can go up to 300 feet underwater, and it won't really mess with you. After that, you start feeling the pressure, and the deeper you go, the higher the pressure is, meaning the more damage you're going to take, or the more life support it's going to drain. So you don't want to be too deep. Even with your suit, and even with your upgrades, you're still going to get crushed. Let's mark it. That way I know where it is. There it is. Get back in my... Hey, manta rays. What are you messing with me? Where's my sub at? There it is. Let's go over here. And so the sub will take the pressure off of you. But you still lose a little bit while you're down here, because even the sub can't protect you all the way, fully. Oh, of course, it's like in here somewhere. Did it spawn up in the wall somewhere? Let me look. There it is right there. So that'll be number 4, number 5, and number 6. Oh, it's about to blow. So that's why you don't want to be too close to it when it blows like that, because it'll damage you from heat. Because it's really, really hot. Let me go up here. Now let's see. Let's check around. Any more sulfides? There it is, right there. Boom. And we just need 2 more. We did 2 outcroppings. We just need 2 more. And right there. 1, 2. Done and done. So we are set. So now we can just go to the surface and get the heck out of here. There are no other milestones for water stuff. We did them all. We're all good to go. And you'll notice I'm not collecting my milestones while I'm in the submarine, because if you do, like for instance, if we do our crystal sulfide, if I claim it, it'll give me my reward. I got a prepackaged optical drill. However, if I claim it while I'm in my sub, it's not in my inventory, right? It goes into your exocraft, your submarine inventory. Notice it's right there. So if you lost something, like if you got a reward but you can't find it, I'm willing to bet you were in your sub and you claimed a reward and it went to your submarine's inventory. So just be aware of that. You want to make sure when you're claiming stuff, you're in what you want to be in, like your ship or just on foot. That way it goes into that inventory. It'll go into the inventory of whatever item you're inside of or not inside of. And then if you want to zip out of the water really, really fast, you want to surface really, really fast, if you hold down A if you're on Xbox, or if you're on X on PlayStation, it will just instantly go straight up. However, if you want to go even faster than this, look straight up and hit your jetpack. So now I'm zipping way up high. So left bumper, or L1, and A, or X if you're on PlayStation, will make you go really, really fast, really, 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 really surface fast. So I bet you I could shoot out of the water if I time it right. Your boost will run out, so you just got to time it with that. But there you go. I am going straight up. It doesn't look like it. Let me make sure my boost is good. And if you have boosting upgrades, you can go even faster than this. So watch this. I'm gonna surface. Boom! Out of the water. Boom! So yeah, it's really, really cool. I love doing that, just boosting. Now it does use a little bit of your fuel, so keep that in mind. You need to make sure you have fuel with you. Get out of my sub. Jump in my ship. And you could just call in your ship as well, but I was too lazy for that. And we're good. Make sure, again, my exocraft does not have anything in it. Okay, we're good. And let's go. We need to construct a debris rangefinder and find the fire ship Arcadia. So remember, that's a blueprint we always have, but we're going to need to make one every single time. It's a usable item. So we need a solar mirror, quantum computer, and metal plating. I made sure to, make a whole bunch of those before. So yeah, so I have my quantum computers here. Another one. What? I need antimatter for that, so let's make an antimatter. I don't have enough condensed carbon. Dang it. That's all right. We have another one here, so we're good. Let's fire it off. And then we have to pulse drive so we can find that wreckage. And come on. There it is. And this one's a cool red color. So every different wreckage, a different system has a different color. Let's get out of our seat. And let's float over there and grab our stuff. Again, there's going to be 2 different containers to give you corvette parts, and there is going to be basically a log, a record. So if you hit your scan, it'll mark it for you. Let me hit this housing. Up, get up here, out of the way. Beautiful, we got that, and this one over here. And now we just need to look around for the log. There it is right there. Log of the fire ship Arcadia. Let's see what happened on this one. Log corruption. Recovering damaged sectors. Going from bad to worse. I can't wait to get home. Navigation distorted. Nothing but static. Warping, but just empty systems. Lost in some kind of abandoned sector? So they're jumping from system to system looking for other life, and there's nothing. It's all abandoned. So they don't know what the heck is going on. They got pulled into a new reality, I think. All right. Well, we got that done. Oh, wait. We zipped right past my ship. So get on here. So that should be all of Rendezvous, or all of Phase 2 done. Yeah, look at it. Phase 2 is done. We did our wreckage of the Arcadia. We just got life support gel and batteries. That's going to be good. Our next one, we deployed the submarine. We're going to get the marine shelter, oxygen, and hydrothermal fuel cells. They give you fuel for your submarine. That's cool. Then we got the descent. We went under or over 1,000 feet underwater. That's going to give me a supreme scanning upgrade, a supreme movement upgrade, and inventory slots for my suit, which I appreciate. I will take all of that. Let me put these in here. 1. Let's actually go straight down. 2 and 3. Beautiful. The other thing we got is we grabbed our sea glass from the bottom of the floor. Remember the purple stuff. Supreme mining beam upgrade for my multi-tool and multi-tool inventory slots. I'll take that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we got our mining beam upgrades going on in here. Put them all together. Move that C out of the way. Beautiful. And actually, let's put my my jetpack up there. My scanning upgrade in here. Yes. So yeah, we got a whole bunch. My inventory is getting full. But we're not done yet, because we also got the Phase 2 overall reward, which is the Aeron Starship Trail, which is your jets on your corvette. You can change them to the Aeron colors. I like that. So let's see what that looks like. Let me get in my ship. And if we install them right there, the Aeron Starship Trails, it's going to take 10 ferrite dust. So now let's see. Oh, look at the red. Oh, they have that cool distortion on them. I like that. That looks cool. Now, you guys know the purple's better, but that looks really cool for Starship jets. That's pretty epic. But we need to move on. We're on to phase 3. So let's go to phase 3, the rendezvous for phase 3. Let's take off and get the heck out of here. Let's go. 1 and 2. What the? You see that? Why do they do that? It wanted me to go up and down when I could literally go just straight across. Look at that. I could just go straight. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's go to the rendezvous number 3 right here. That's a weird, like, why not just go a straight line across? Why have me go to another system? That's weird. But we got it. We're good. I need to stop at the space station because I need to sell some stuff. I need to clean up my inventory. Where's my space station at? Right here. Whenever you warp into a system, you always are put nearby. You might not be exactly in front of it, but you're close to the space station. And yeah, so we have a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's put this away in our Corvette workshop cache. That way I can clear up my inventory just a little bit. We have the log here. We have another log in here. So that's our second log. We have these pieces as well. There's some really cool parts. I'm gonna have to start putting some of those on. Life support gel. I'll take that. But we have some stuff, like we don't need the marine shelter. We don't need the fuel. We don't need the crystal sulfides. We could sell all these and, you know, make some money off of it. And, you know, we can sell like the cytophosphate. We can sell the salt. We don't need any of that stuff. We can use the wonder projector, but this is going to be at your base. And it's just to display something. We don't need it, so we can get rid of that. So we can go through, clear up our inventory, also look for some good stuff at the space station. So remember, at every abandoned space station, there's going to be at least 3 of the yellow boxes, yellow containers, and they are going to have some really good stuff in them. They're randomized, but they can give you upgrades. They can give you like inventory expansion tools. That way you can increase your multi-tool or your suit inventory or even your ship inventory. So it's all randomized. They can have really good upgrades, and the upgrades are for everything. You can get a suit upgrade. You can get a multi-tool upgrade. Now, I have not noticed them being really good upgrades. Don't get me wrong. They're not like going to give you an S-class. Usually they're C or B upgrades. I think I got like an A-class upgrade once, but that was like really rare. Oh, look at that. Storage augmentation for my ship. I'll take that. Then we got a fusion core. 3 of them. 4 or 5. Okay, we can sell those, make money. And banned weapons. So we got some stuff for money. And then a starship inventory upgrade. Let me do my suit upgrade while I'm here. It's going to cost me 50,000. Oh, that hurts a lot. But I had the money. I probably should not have done that because I could save my money. Good Lord. Let's upgrade my ship's inventory. So we go to the ship outfitter, and we're going to upgrade my starship. And then it'll ask me if I want to use an augmentation. Yes, because I don't have the 30 million it's going to cost. So this is another thing to keep in mind. It will cost me 30 million to upgrade my inventory on my starship, and that price increases every time. So if I have 20 inventory slots, it'll cost me 30 million units. If I have 21, that price will increase to 35 million. The more inventory slots you already have, the more expensive it is to increase over and over, to the point where when you're getting the maximum number, it's going to cost you 100 million for each one, which is crazy, especially when you look at the price of these free augmentations. You can only sell it for 125,000. It's going to cost me 30 million, but they only sell it for, so it is well worth more to hold on to that storage augmentation versus selling it. Do not sell storage augmentations. Even though they give you a good amount of money, they're always worth way more than they're selling. So don't do that. Because again, look at that. It would cost me 30 million, but I'm going to get it for free because I have an augmentation on it. So technically, that augmentation is worth 30 million right now because I need that 30 million right here. Yeah, right there. That looks good. So yeah, absolutely hold on to that stuff. Now, if you need money and you're in a pinch, okay, I get it, you know. But I mean, I would try to sell anything else too before you sell your augment. So let's sell some stuff out of here. We do not need the salt. We do not need cytophosphate. We do not need a wonder projector. Now, if you want to keep them, keep them. Don't get rid of it. Hold on to it if you'd like, but you don't need it for the expedition. You're not going to need sea glass. You don't need it. You don't need this. Once you have the mission done, you don't need to hold on to it any longer. You can get rid of it. Marine shelter, hydrothermal fuel, fusion core. We just picked those up. So yeah, you don't need to hold on to those things. Once you have the mission done, you're good. I would keep your creature pelts because we're going to need to use this later on. All right, let's see what we can buy here. We can buy a whole bunch of ferrite dust. I will take that. We need probably metal plating. I would say we probably need wiring loom. We probably need microprocessors. We're gonna need solar mirrors for our scanner. We're probably gonna need gold, I think. We don't need decrypted user data. This is a tradable item. It doesn't really matter. All right. So let's put all this in our ship. We can make more batteries because we have our cobalt. Let's buy 2 more cobalt so I can just get rid of that 8. I don't want to delete my stack of 8, but I also don't want to have it around. So we have 52 of those. We're good. I think we're good. We're solid. Everything's looking good here. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could. Dang it. There's my Humboldt, and that's my submarine drive. We don't really need to keep this, but I can't sell it, and I cannot install it. Can I install it in here? Nope, I'm too far away from my sub. So if you get too far away, you can't really interact with your sub because you're too far away. And I should have used it while we were flying or floating, cruising, swimming with our sub. What do you call it? That's not driving, and it's not flying. Is it sailing? Sail with my sub? That doesn't seem like... That doesn't make sense. You can't sail, right? Cruising? It has to be swimming. I'm going to go with swimming. When I'm swimming with my sub... I'm very sure that is incorrect, but it makes sense in my brain. Anyway, let's go. We got to go to that 3rd rendezvous. Let's get down there. And it is way over here. Way over here. Okay. Let's fly to the rendezvous, and it has boiling doom. Okay, so it is a very hot planet, obviously. What else do we need to do while we're in the 3rd rendezvous? Adopt an anomalous floating companion. Completely explore a derelict freighter. Purge 5 hungering tendrils and crush a vile grub. Okay, these are going to be linked because they're usually together. But they're not on this planet. We have another planet that's here that has one. Salvageable scrap, ancient bones, vile brood. Okay, the center planet is gonna have it. Vile brood is where the grubs are gonna be. Abandoned, salvageable. All right. Well, all right. We'll go over there. We'll get some bones as well while we're over there. Let's go get some. We'll do the rendezvous first. That way we get it knocked out. We don't have to worry about this planet anymore because it's a hot planet that we don't need anything else on. It's selenium, copper, yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. It has salvageable scrap, so we can get some corvette building pieces if you'd like. So absolutely drop down, and if you want to build a cool corvette before you end the expedition, you can totally do that. Why are we flying randomly? Right there. So I'm going to use my my target sweeper exploit. Basically, if you hit left on your D-pad, it'll tell you how far away from the target you're at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So you see it says target 700 units away. So I'm 600 away. So there's going to be a building around here somewhere. 300. Oh yeah, there's a building around here somewhere. I bet you it's right over this crest. 200. 180. 180. Where is this building at? I don't see any buildings. Oh, it's right there on my left. Okay, there it is right there. Boom. So just keep your eye on that bottom left-hand side of the screen, and you can get closer. And when you get within like 100, you should be able to see the building when you're within 100 or so. Like, oh yeah, I'm 60 away, so obviously it is this building right here. It cannot land, huh? There we go. I want to land. I like landing. And you shouldn't do that just because you want to save your fuel, but I'm not worried about it. Oh, this is an infested planet, which means there are grubs around here. Hazardous flora. All right. Well, let's get our thing here. Done. That's it. You just have to come in. You don't have to interact with anything. You can if you'd like, but you don't have to. Search that. Get my free stuff. Also, keep your eyes peeled. There is a whipping plant that's usually in these abandoned buildings. So it's probably on this side, right? Wow. Were they being nice and they're on the expedition? They're not giving us whippy plants? So usually there is a hazardous flora that's stuck to the roof, and it will whip you and kill you, basically, if you're not paying attention. But it looks like, yeah, they're being nice. They took them out already. Well, that's beautiful. I like that. Anyway, there we are. We got to rendezvous number 3. But I want to call it there because I don't want these episodes to get way too long. Because after a certain amount of time, people kind of they feel like they're overwhelmed because it's like an hour, 2-hour long video. A little bit much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Let me go make a manual save here. In the next episode, we're probably going to knock out Phase 3 and Phase 4 because we're a quarter of the way there on Phase 4. And then Phase 5 is where it's going to take a little bit of time. But don't you worry. We're going to get that done. So Phase 3 and 4 in the next episode. And maybe one just dedicated to 5 because this encrypted one is kind of a pain in the butt. But we'll get there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next time.